What up, Thai Nation? I'm EDM producer TYLR, and today we're gonna dive into a brand new home-free video. I had pointed out that I saw that they did a cover for American Pie last week. I believe it was last week, maybe the week before that. And you guys said that I absolutely have to do a reaction to this, and it's actually featuring the original singer Don McLean. So I'm super duper excited to see what these guys are going to put together for us. So before we dive into this real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon, to all the Patreons who've joined over there. If you want to come and join my Patreon and join a growing community that has some awesome exclusive content over there for you guys, then come on over. And if you do, I would greatly appreciate it. I will love you guys forever. Now, let's dive into this and not waste any more time, shall we? Alrighty, here we go.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile.
Wow, he still sounds great.
And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance.
It's cool, actually. I'm sorry to pause so quickly, but I just want to say just real quick. I love how with age our voices, especially singing voices, change so much, and it's interesting how it's I almost feel like he's kind of tailoring the way he sings this song to what matches more towards what his voice is now. Whereas back in the day it was long, long time ago, I can still remember. He would sing it like that, but now it's he's singing a little bit more of a different style, if you will, and still is going back towards what we know and love as the original American Pie, but it's he's tailoring it more towards it's almost like they're doing a fresh new take on it, with the fact that he's got a little bit of an older, more different type of tone in his voice, and also maybe just to match what Home Free wants to maybe go with too, so yeah, but I just love that. That's so cool. Wow.
And maybe they'd be happy for a while, but February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Oh, it's so good.
So bye bye, Miss American
Pie.
My
gosh.
Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Oh, okay.
Did you write the book of love, and do you have
Go Chance. Love that.
If the Bible tells you so, or do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues.
I'm having a great time.
With a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now,
Okay. Before we get into the next verse, this is absolutely phenomenal. I love that they're not trying to like outdo the original. They're not trying to, I guess, change it, if you will, because like the original is not good enough or anything like that. This is what I would call a major phenomenal remake is what I'd say this is. This is not just a cover, when you bring in the original artist like this and he sings it in a different tonality, a different cadence, it's almost like he's singing it more like upbeat, and I don't know if that's like on purpose because they're trying to like do like the idea of a remake, but like he's singing it like back in the day it was so much more like like campfire, bring out the guitar, and just like like I remember when I first heard this song. I remember it was in my old neighborhood when I was growing up, and it was my neighbor's dad. He brought out a guitar, started playing this song, and we all just like at first we were like, what is happening? Like, what is this song? I mean, us younger kids, I should say. But by the time that we got through to the final, almost I guess the final chorus, we were all singing, like us kids, I couldn't have been more than maybe 6 or 7 years old, maybe 8 years old or something like that. And I'm just singing this great song, and it's just stuck with me ever since. Every time I hear this song, I go straight back to that memory. And this remake, if you want to call it, that's what I'm gonna call it, is giving me so many chills, taking me right back to that time period. And this is one of those few songs that I know basically every single lyric to, because it's such a monumental part of my life and my childhood for that matter too. And they are absolutely crushing this, and I'm just so happy right now. This is absolutely amazing. Let's just keep going. I gotta stop talking and just hear more.
10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. That's not how
I'm trying so hard not to sing, guys. I don't want you to hear me. I want to hear this.
when the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, in a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned, but no verdict was returned. And while Lyndon read a book on Mars,
Man, Austin, you're so good, dude.
in the park, and we sang
Oh, that's cool.
dirges in the dark of the day. The music died. We were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass, with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume, while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got a chance.
Get it, Rob.
Cause the players tried to take the field, the marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed today? The music died. We started singing.
I gotta say real quick also, I love the idea of the throwback to the old school time period this would have come around, showing these little clips of videos from back in that time period, this kind of old windows you would see in the olden days, where they would have these big windows that are white usually, with these curtains and stuff inside, and the trees and whatnot. It just gives that vibe of that time period really well. I mean, my gosh, major props to whoever put together this video because it's so well edited, so well put together, and I love that like they all like have like their little window where it's like you know you get to see everybody doing their individual parts and whatnot because obviously you got one person doing the bass, somebody singing, somebody doing backing, vocals, and then of course you got Adam doing the drums. So it's so freaking dope to see this. And I mean, my gosh, and Tim is killing this bass right now. Also, like it's amazing how well these guys are taking just their vocals and making it sound so much like the original, and just giving not only a major tribute to this song, but also a beautiful, perfect remake of this. Oh my gosh, this is mind-blowingly good. This might be my favorite home free cover at this point. Oh my gosh.
Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die."
Oh, and there we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble.
Jack, be quick.
Jack Splash sat on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. Oh, and as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight. The day the music died, and he was singing,
Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die."
Now break it down a little
I
bit.
met a girl who sang the blues,
Yeah.
and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. And I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. In the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried, and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast. The day
The
the music
died.
died, and they were singing, "Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, 'This'll be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die."
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm truly, truly blown away. Alright, let me take the video away. I truly could not imagine that being that good. Not only major props to Don for one thing, for still killing it at that age. I don't know how old he is. He doesn't look that old, but you know, he looks like he's, you know, he's definitely he's a lot older than he was when he released this song, I'm sure, obviously. But major props to Don for still being willing to come out and join these guys and just do an entirely perfect, I mean perfect, remake of this classic song. I mean, this really put me in, like, not necessarily my feels, but like it made me like remember my childhood. It makes me remember the times where I don't want to say that like I miss those days, because I truly I'm very happy with my life right now. I'm very yes, could I be happier? Of course, everybody could always say that. There's always something that can always make us happier. But right now, I'm very content with my life, I'll say. You know, I am very blessed with the friends I have, the family I still have, the amazing job I have, my career I'm building, you know, with YouTube and music. And I'm very, very happy I have this life that I've been blessed as a full-grown adult now. But man, sometimes I miss the days of when things were so much more, like, basic. You know, I mean, I was very fortunate to grow up with such an amazing group of, like, friends in my neighborhood. You know, we all grew up around the exact same time. You know, a lot of friends I had were going to the same school as me. And then their little brothers and sisters all grew up, you know, about this, you know, same age as we were too. You know, we all weren't really that far apart. Like, we were maybe, you know, the youngest in the whole entire neighborhood was probably like my brother, and you know, there's one other that was like maybe like 5 years younger than me, 6 years younger than me, or something like that. So we were all so close in age that we just connected so well, and we just had a great time at all times. You know, it was just, there was not one time where I feel like we ever, like, you know, despised each other or had arguments or anything like that. We all just knew each other so well, and we all just always got along. And this is the type of song that I remember that takes me right back to that time period. And I'm so happy that I could be basically reintroduced to this song in this perfect remake of a group, an a cappella group that is, that you guys introduced to me. And I'm just so happy. This was the perfect thing for me to end up reacting to for today. And I'm just so happy. I'm sorry for any of the excessive singing I might have done, but it's so hard not to sing the song. Even just as a massive fan of this song, it's still a great fun song to sing. You know, this is like the perfect thing. This is the perfect song to sing around a campfire with your friends and family, I feel like, you know? Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. As always, please take the time to like, subscribe, and make sure you click on that bell notification to be alerted whenever I start a group, artist, or new band in my channel. Besides that, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. And as always, bye!